Welcome to our webinar. We're going to wait a few minutes to let everyone join in. We look forward to presenting.
Hi, everyone. We're very happy to see all of you here. Good morning to Europe. Good afternoon for all of our customers from Australia and Pacific there. We'll start in 1 or 2 minutes. We're just waiting for a couple more people to join, and then we'll start.
Great to see everyone joining from around the world. We are almost ready to get started, and we're looking forward to showing everyone here a little bit about Titan Sign. Hello, everyone. My name is Ben, and I'm an account executive here at Titan. Today's webinar is going to focus on Titan Sign, your solution for generating and signing documents directly from Salesforce. Thanks to all of the positive feedback we received from our previous webinars, we are doing this one twice. once for our viewers in Australia, Asia, Europe, and the Middle East, and once for the US, Canada, and Central and South America. Please feel free to use the chat functionality in the webinar to write questions that we will address at the end or suggest topics that you would like to see covered in future sessions. We always love your feedback. Today's webinar is about Titan Sign, your solution for generating and signing documents from Salesforce. As I mentioned before, my name is Ben, and I'm an account executive here at Titan. We also have Ronnie with us, VP of Product, who will be showing us a live demonstration for the second half of the presentation. Okay, just a quick overview of the topics that we are going to cover today. First, we are going to review some of the information that was covered in our last webinar about document generation. We will get to know the different methods of document generation on the Titan platform. After that, we will learn a little bit about how Titan Sign uses these methods and creates dynamic signing processes. And lastly, Ronnie will show you a live demo of Titan Sign in action. Before we sign any documents, we first need to understand how to generate documents with Titan and the different options available. You will see how all of these methods are seamlessly connected to one another and Salesforce, and when combined with Titan Sign, demonstrate the true power of our platform. The first method we would like to cover is manual PDF. Manual PDF is the go-to for creating static PDFs from a PDF template of your choice, with the ability to bring in live data from the form your user fills out. It also allows for user interactivity. If you want the end user to add additional information to the PDF before submit, you can create space for them to do so. In the example shown here, we have a simple PDF tax form that we uploaded to Titan. We then brought fields directly from our form that we created and mapped them to the PDF. Using this method, you can have customers fill out a form and then display that information immediately in a PDF template. Next, we have the dynamic PDF. This method gives you the capability to generate a PDF in Titan using advanced customization features, such as HTML and rich text editor, while incorporating conditional logic. The PDF can be built manually by the administrator, starting from a blank canvas, and can be set to follow logic that is within the PDF itself. An example of this is showing and hiding sections of information based on whether or not certain conditions are met. If there's a table in your form with 10 rows, you can configure the PDF to display that table with a header stating that you are a VIP customer, and you can set the PDF not to display the VIP header or if there are under 10 rows in the table. The generated PDF can change based on the information in your form. Absolutely anything is possible. Word add-in is the preferred method of document generation on the Titan platform. Using the Titan add-in available in the Microsoft Office store, you can create custom templates using all of the features in Microsoft Word and map information for multiple objects in Salesforce. Embed fields in your document for multiple objects in your organization. Incorporate tables, single fields, sections, all formatted dynamically in the way that you wish. There is no limit to the amount of objects you can bring the data from. All of this with the ability to use Word's design functions. Use colors, fonts, pictures. It's completely customizable. Today, the need to digitally send, receive, and sign documents is more prevalent than ever. Documents need to be passed internally within your organization for review and signature, externally to your customers, and sometimes both within your company and with your end users. No one is waiting for important documents to arrive in the mail these days. All of these business needs can be addressed within one platform, Titan Sign. We will now explain to you some of the features in Titan Sign, highlight use cases, and the way in which we can integrate it amongst the rest of the platform. And lastly, bring it to life in a live demonstration. Titan Sign is your solution for dynamic document signing. You can initiate a signing process from absolutely any object in Salesforce. You can also initiate a multi-signee process from Salesforce. Automatically designate who signs the document and in what order according to custom business rules that you determine. Let's dive in and understand each of these powerful features. My company has a business process where every time an opportunity is closed over $10,000, we have a very specific procedure that needs to take place. This procedure involves document generation and multiple signatures. We have created logic in Titan and Salesforce to do the following. When the sales rep closes the opportunity that is over $10,000, a document is automatically generated, including all of the relevant information from the record in Salesforce. That document is automatically sent first to the customer's CEO, and then once he signs it, goes to their COO. After the relevant parties have signed the document on the customer side, it then comes back to our team and passes from our CEO to our CFO. At this point, all of the designated roles have signed the document. Titan Sign then saves a copy to the opportunity record in Salesforce and provides us with a tracking log stating when each person signed the document and what IP address they did it from. Automate the whole process according to your custom needs with documentation showing what happened at every step. Create public and private documents. If you are creating a petition that you want to reach a large audience across the globe, create a public form using Titan Sign. If you're sending private documents related to your business, choose the specific people that should receive the document and decide whether it should be controlled by two-factor authentication. Verify the actual user that is signing your document. Interactive fields. Create fields on your document that the signer can fill in or update before the user attaches their signature. In Titan Sign, you have the capability of designating which field should be filled out by which user. Titan Sign allows you to collect more than just signatures from your users. You can decide which user should fill out the company info along with their signature, which user will fill out the final total number of products along with their signature, and which user will populate the field asking them for the initiation date for the new relationship. Seamlessly integrate your Salesforce data with your document and display it in whatever way you like. Choose your signees, one of our most powerful features. Designate which field should be paired with which person in your organization or in another party that will receive the document. The document will only allow the field that is assigned to you to be interacted with, eliminating mistakes. Once you have designated the people who should sign and interact with the document, you can create an order that either you manually dictate or have a business process in Salesforce that you determine. Allow the system to determine the next signee automatically based on the record or previous steps. Titan Sign will receive information from Salesforce and decide dynamically who the signee will be. An example of this is having an automatic business process based off of the record owner. Titan Sign can be programmed to first send a draft of the document to the record owner for review before going on to the customer. Each time the process is triggered, Titan will pull this information from the specific record and send it to the address of that record's owner. The Titan platform provides you with two options for creating signatures across all of our products. The first is electronic signature. This is the method of simply signing on the form or using a signature that is currently on file. Digital signatures allow you to create legally binding signatures that use digital certificates from a global TSP to guarantee authenticity of the document. Titan Sign will then bind the certificate with each signature to the document using encryption so it cannot be modified in any way. Combining two-factor verification and digital signatures will ensure the identity of the signee and the authenticity of the document, ensuring that your document will be admissible in a court of law. As an authorized partner of Salesforce, you can install our package from the App Exchange and initiate document generation with the click of a button from inside your environment. Titan Sign will create an object for you in Salesforce, which will track the status of your document in real time, who it's been sent to, who viewed it, and who completed signing it. Titan Sign can also provide you with a tracking log in a PDF that will give you a play-by-play of each step the document went through and the people who interacted with it, including the date, email, and IP address of each individual. Now the question is, which method should I use? Use a PDF template with Titan Sign when you would like to have users fill out information in a form, and map that information to a PDF prepared for signing without the need to save every piece of data to Salesforce. The template will be static, but you can incorporate interactive fields for the end user to add and update information in the document. Also, the ability to automate a signing process to collect signatures from all the designated parties. The word add-in brings together all of the features of Titan's document generation with all of the features of Titan Sign. The process will be generated according to all of the different business rules you have incorporated into your Word document, and also the interactive fields you designated in Titan Sign. If you added fields to print your name and put a signature, or multiple signees, you can combine that with your custom Word document, and then have Salesforce initiate the signee process. Thanks for joining us for this part of the presentation. We're now going to pass the mic to Ronnie for a live demo so everyone can see how Titan Sign works in action.
Hi everyone, and thank you for joining again. I'm Ronnie, and I will be showing you now a live demo of the system. So basically, as Ben just told us and showed us all of these different options, I will be choosing one specific option and show you the end-to-end process on how you configure, how you set up, and how you work with it directly from Salesforce afterwards, and how the end results will look like. Okay. Of course, we will all upload our record of this webinar to our YouTube channel and send you all the recording. So we will be able to follow up on these live demonstrations afterwards when you want to set it up on your own system. Okay, so how do we start? So I'm just logged into my From Titan account. I'm going here into the My Documents part. Okay, so this is my document. This is a Titan Sign. And here I'll just create a new one. Okay, I want to create a new form, a new document, which will be afterwards signed. Okay, so I can, as Ben just mentioned, I can drop a PDF here or a Word document. Okay, so let's choose something. I will just take this Word document. The benefits of uploading a Word document is that the word add-in that we're using to create the Word document here will be in charge of filling out all of this Word with actual data from Salesforce in real time. So as we just showed, the process will be like that. We will initiate the signatures of this document. So first it will go into the Word. The Word will generate the document according to the real data coming from Salesforce. And then on top of that, it will add those interactive fields that we are going to show in a second. And then we will send it to be signed by the users. Okay. So like that. Okay, so we see that now the document just generated here in the system. We can see that this document has 3 pages, 1, 2, 3. You can see that these pages are, it looks like very small and tiny, but again, as I said, these are all going to be replaced with actual data from Salesforce. Here on my left, you can see that all different elements that we can use on top of the document to get some kind of interactivity from the actual users at the end. Okay. Another very important feature is that here on my Word document, you can see that I already have interactive fields. They came out from the Word document. Inside our Word add-on, you can also use interactive fields and add them to the document to make them look and design it like what you want. So now they are already here. On top of that, I can add some more if I want, okay, on top of that, so no problem with that. Okay. In my case, so I can see here that we have 2 primary contacts that I want to be signed for this document. So I have the first one, okay, I have his full name, email, and signature. And afterwards, I have the CFO, which again, I want to get his first full name, email, and then also signature. you can see that at the beginning, all the fields are yellow. Yellow means that they're not assigned yet to anybody. So we don't know who should be signing these fields or who should be filling out these fields, okay? So if you click on the field, you will see that on my right, you have the settings, and you see that the most important thing here is to select the signer, okay, for this specific field, okay? So currently you can see that I don't have anything here, and I will be needing to add that, okay? So this is one of the most important steps of the configuration here. Okay, so let me show you how it works right now, okay? So I'll go here into the document access. Here, as we mentioned before, we can say we have a couple of different options. So we have it public, means that we can just send the document and it will be publicly available with all these signatures and people will fill it out and that's it. Or we can do it also dynamic. Dynamic means that we will determine who are the signees in real time, depends on the logic and the data that we have currently in Salesforce. So I'll show you how we do that. So this is where we start. So this document will be generated from that object. In my case, I want to do it from an opportunity. Okay. And as I said, we have a couple of options to do that. We can allow Salesforce button, which is the manual button that I will show you in a second that the users will have, or it can also be processed via process builder, flow, or Apex, and can also be done with outbound message as well. So I'll show you currently the Salesforce button, but again, all of these options are available, so feel free to check it out as well. So you can completely automate generation and sending documents into signatures using these automation tools that are part of Salesforce. So I click here on apply. Now I want to say, okay, I want to add a signee, okay? So here in the head of the signee, as we said, we can do like, okay, this is the first signee. And if we will be on the non-dynamic option, then we can just, add their emails and that's it. So it will be static people that will be sent all the documents that we set up here, all the generation of this template will be going to a specific person. The use case for that is if you have some kind of internal document that maybe some kind of procurement or new POs that needs to be issued, and before you send it to the to your supplier, something like that, so you need to get the approval of a financial department, stuff like that. So it will always be sent to the same person or same department. So you can do it like that. Or if you want to do it dynamically, this is what I'm going to show you right now. So the dynamic way is the high value here and gives you the full flexibility to actually decide on the people that are going to get this document according to the data in Salesforce. So how do I do that? I want to say, okay, I have two signees, first one and second one. You can see that they have different colors. So afterwards, I will also assign the field here to the different signees. So I can say, okay, this first section will be for the first one, and the second section will be to the second signee. But now I want to configure how the system will know who is the actual first signee and who is the second signee. So once I click here on configure, you will see now our familiar page of the Salesforce integration. So in my point, I will say, okay, I want to add an object and I want to send it to a contact, okay? For example, it can be any kind of object here. It can be your the person that you want to send it to can be stored in the opportunity, quote, contact, users, custom object, whatever you want. The whole thing is that you will need to tell the system how to get to this specific contact, and this is inside the conditions. Remember that we just customized that the document will be generated from the opportunity, meaning that the only thing that we have now is the opportunity ID. And now we need to understand how we get this contact from the opportunity. In my case, for example, I can say, okay, I want to have the primary contact or the contact that is attached to the opportunity itself. So here I will say, okay, I want to have the contact ID from the contact equals, and then you see this is the record ID. The record ID is coming from the opportunity, okay? So we need to understand that this one is going to be like that. So for me to do things like that, I can do also another thing, okay? I will show you right now. So for example, I can say, okay, I'm starting from an opportunity, okay? And then I'm saying set conditions, opportunity ID equals record ID. Applied. And then select, okay, I will add another one, and then I will say, okay, I want to get a contact, which is under the opportunity. okay? And here it's already contact ID equals opportunity contact ID, okay? And that's it. This is the way that now I'm adding. Okay, so now this one, what it will do, it will grab my opportunity, which is my leading object for this document, and then it will take the contact that is attached to this opportunity. Now here in this method, I can also go into the account of which is attached to the opportunity and then get a specific contact role, okay, of that account and stuff like that. So the logic will be completely flexible, depends on what you want it to do. Okay, just here another step that we need to do is, besides the condition, we also need to map the fields. So basically we need here 3 fields: the first name, last name, and also the email, of course. So the person will get all of these information. So here I'll just map first name. This is from the contact, last name, and email. Apply, apply, and we're done for that. Okay, so the first NE is now configured and good to go. Let's do to the second one. First stack. So here we want to have the opportunity ID equals the record ID, and I will also want to have the user. Okay, so maybe the manager. Okay, which is the manager of the current user or the current user itself. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so this will be my second signee. Let's do a condition saying the user ID equals the owner of the opportunity. Okay, for example. Okay, and I will also map the fields and say here is my first name, last name, and email. Apply, apply, apply. We're good to go. Now we have configured both signees here. As you can see, you can also add more signees. This is completely flexible. You can add multiple ones, and you can say, okay, in one document we have 5 signees, and another document we have only 3. It's totally up to you how to do that kind of thing. Now, the next part, as I said before, we need to say to the system, okay, this field, who should be responsible for filling it out? So how should we do that? So each element that I'm pressing here, you see that we have the selected signee here. Now we have configured both the signees, so we can see them here on the list. So this one, the primary contact, I will choose just the first signee. You can see it was now painted with the color of the actual signee that we just saw before. Let me show you again. You see the first signee is like green, and the second signee is purple. So this is the way to actually validate yourself and see that you did the right thing. So let me just do that as well. And this is the signature, also for signee. And now I'm going to the second person here, and I will select the second one. You can see that this is a purple one. And second. Okay. So basically, 90% of the work is already done. You can see that the document is fully configured, and now it's ready to be published into Salesforce, which is perfectly fine. Just a couple of more extra things that I would like to show you, just for you to see and think about when you do things like that. Okay. So here under the document, we have a lot of different options, of course. We have limits, okay, and reminders, okay. So for example, I can also say auto void. Auto void means that, for example, I'm sending a document to be signed to an external user or something like that, and I want it to automatically void the document after 5 days, after 3 days, after whatever you want. You can also notify the sender in a couple of days saying, okay, you didn't sign it, please do, okay. So all of these options are completely up to you, and it's per document, and it's very easy and very flexible for you to work with, so you can automate the whole process from beginning to end. So this is one of my favorite features as well here. As we said, we also have auto reminder that you can configure as well. You can have first reminder, second reminder, and stuff like that. These are very useful features. Here as well, under the email section, so you can customize the email that is being sent to the customers, to the users that needs to be signing the document. So you can fully customize that. You can do whatever you want. You can use fields here from the document from your Salesforce, which is very nice. So you will see it in a second. So this is what I've done already, but you can always also use other things as well. Okay, so this is just the email. This is the actual thing completing. So once it's completed, you also get an email. Thank you for signing the document, blah, blah. And you can, of course, attach the file itself. So as it is right now, you can attach it as well if you want. You can remove it. You can say, okay, I don't want this kind of emails and stuff like that. So it's all up to you. So this is the signing complete. This is the signing rejected. Reminders, draft, void, and everything here is done. Okay, you can see that you can also have this option of send via Salesforce, meaning that it will be sent from Salesforce and will be also recorded as an activity under your object, or you can send it via Titan servers, whatever you want. It's your preferences. Okay, we have a couple of more optimizations here, so you can also work with that. You have the default zoom of how the document will be opened once the customer will sign it. You have a lot of different options to hide, for example, the reject button. If you don't want the people to reject the document but just sign, so you can hide that if you want, and a lot of other things, for example. So just saying, check it out, it's very important. Okay, one more feature that I really want to talk about is the tracking. Okay, so this is the under document access on the bottom, we have the tracking option. As Ben mentioned, so Titan Sign will be also able to track the documents that you send and the whole process from beginning to end. And what does it include? Every time that you send a document, each document has several steps. So it's already auto-configured. It says, okay, this document has 4 steps. So it says, okay, out of 4 steps, how many steps were already completed, meaning signed? Where is it now? When it was sent to the next person, who it was sent to, if the person viewed the email or not, so it's all also recorded. If he entered to the document, it's recorded, and if he signed the document, so you also see that. We're using a couple of custom objects that are part of our managed package that will be attached to any object that you use Titan Sign with. So in my example, I have chosen that the document will be coming out of the opportunity, so it will be attached to that as well. Here you can configure what happens. So you can say, okay, do I want to track the IP or not? Do I want to track metadata or not? And most important thing is the completion log. So we can upload the tracking log at the final step as a file or as attachment to your object, okay, to your record, and we'll see it in a second. Okay, we can also do a couple of more things here about the Signees. We can also have their personal signatures written into the tracking log if we want. Depends, okay? Depends on your business logic. Basically, that's it on this side, okay, on the Titan Sign options. Now I want to also show you how it looks like on the Salesforce side and how it will work actually in real time when you will request a customer to sign your document. So once it's saved, okay, now I'm going to my Salesforce. Here you can see that this is my Salesforce. Okay, we have here an opportunity that we'll call Titan Sign. I assume that probably all of you know that this is our famous button of generating documents, FT generate document. As I said, this is the manual, let's say manual option of creating and sending documents to get signed. You can also do that using our automation tools with the Process Builder, Flow, and Apex if you want. Now I'll show you how it looks like for that. Okay, so here you can see a lot of different templates that we have. The first, all of these first 5, okay, you can see that have actions and view/download. These are regular generated documents. Okay, so it's a Word or PDF. The Titan Sign options, you cannot download that. Okay, so this is the difference that you can see right away. So Titan Doc Sign, it looks a bit different. So now once I click on actions here, you will see that you have an option of just sign it, and the other one is just void. Void meaning you have open processes here that you can just say, okay, I terminate the process, and users that will try to get into this email and go to sign the document, they will say the document was already voided, so they won't be able to sign it anymore. Okay, so let's just initiate the process of signatures and let's see what happens. So I click on sign. It's now processing my request. Good job. That's it. Okay. Basically, the system says, okay, it's done, and now it will start the processing of the signatures and will determine who is the first signee and who is the second signee. We'll shortly receive an email saying you're requested to sign a document. In that time, I want to show you something else, which is very important. Okay, you can see that I already received the email. Just go in a second. We can also have bulk options of signatures. If you have multiple Titan signed documents or multiple generated documents that you want, you can check a couple of those, 2, 3, 4, whatever you need, and you can also say bulk sign. So all of them together will be generated and sent to get signed. Okay. You can also do a merge of these files and then send it to the customer as one merged file. You can download them, etc. So please remember that we also have all these bulk options that are available if you choose a couple of these documents at once. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to my email. And you can see that I just received an email 0 minutes ago that says from Titan, okay, signature request, hello Joe Blog, which is the primary contact here, okay, for this opportunity. Hello Joe Blog, this is my user. Titan is requesting you to sign the following DocSign opportunity document. And this is the URL for that document, okay? So once I will, of course, this email, as we said, is completely flexible and you can customize it as long as you want. So once I click on that, a framework of Titan will be opened with the document, okay? You can see that now it's open. These are the buttons that I showed you before that you can customize to show or hide from the users. So reject, draft, finish sign, printing, and all of that. Zoom, for example, option as well. So you can see that the previous document I just showed you, it's the same one, but now it has all of the information. So this is the opportunity name, this is the amount, expected revenue, again, the account name. This is the table of all the contacts that were working on this opportunity and the products that are part of that, okay, part of the opportunity line items. So it's all being brought up. So this up until now, it's all familiar to you. We are using just the Word add-in to generate the documents. It's very easy and nice. And then here you can see that what's the new one, okay? The new thing here is that here are the fields that we are asking the person to fill out. So first of all, I want to show you that we have also the second one, but you can see that here are disabled. The first person, the first signee, cannot change anything on the second signee. The fields that I have assigned to the second person are not available to the first one, of course. Here you can see that we already pre-populated the name as we got it inside the system for that contact name. We can also allow them to edit that and change and then update in Salesforce if we want. It's all a question of the business requirements and what we want to have inside the system. So for example, we can do that as well. We can say, okay, just give us the title and please sign. Okay, so I'll just choose one of them and that's it. Or we can also sign as a new signature. Okay, let me just choose something nice. That's it. Now I will just click on finish sign and it will go now next to the second person for get signatures. Okay. In the meantime, what I want to show you, so thank you for signing, that's it. My window is closed. You can see now that, first of all, I got this email saying, thank you for signing the process, okay? So document signed, hello, thank you for signing. Again, this email is completely up to you. So these are the fields that I filled out. Again, you can say, you can remove them or you can add them. And you can also add the document with the signatures just for as a proof of concept. You can do that as well. Okay, in the meantime, I want to show you how the tracking log looks like, okay? So as you can see, we have here the Titan signed documents related list, which is a custom object that is part of our package here in Titan. So here you have a record for each process that you send the document to get signed to. Okay, so I'll get into one of them. Let's see. So here you have Titan signed document number 63. This is the document ID from Titan, so it can be referenced afterwards. This is the document name, number of signees, number 2, which is the number of steps that we configured in this document in this time. So this is the user who generated that. Currently, the status is in progress. That is currently what we have. Who initiated this process, and if it was voided, so also you have voided by. Here under related, you can also see another thing, another related object, which is Titan sign tracking, that will actually show you, okay, the document was sent. This is step number 0. It was sent by email using IP address, and it was viewed by this address right now. Okay, this is right now. And it was completed and sent 2 minutes afterwards. And now, once I will go into my second email as a second signee, it will now also update here, and it will say, okay, now it was viewed by the second signee, etc., etc. So this one, you can also automate all of these reports if you want to be based on this kind of information that says, okay, real-time tracking of all the documents that you sent to be signed. So it's very, very useful. Okay. You can see that now I've received, as the user who is managing the opportunity, I received another email saying, okay, we need your signatures. So this is the next step. So this is the second signee. I will go again. This time it will open up the same document. All will be completely the same. But on the bottom, you can see that this information was already pre-filled and we cannot change them anymore, of course. Okay, so these ones were filled by the first signee. Now that I see that Joe Bloggs have authorized and signed the document, I'm sure that, for example, I'm as a CFO, I can do that as well. So I will just do Titan demo and I will say, okay, I'm the CFO, and I will sign it as well with that. Okay, and I will click finish sign. That's it. Okay, now what will happen? First of all, I will also receive an email saying, thank you for signing up the document. And I will also can get the actual document as reference. Okay, you can see that it was signed and everything is completed. Okay, this is the document that says, okay, it's all been completed. And all of these emails that are coming in. Okay, hello Titan, thank you. These are the fields that you did. You're good to go. Okay, and now if I'll go back here, I hope it's that. Okay, you can see that now the same one it's in progress. Now it's completed. Okay, and you can see that if I'll go to related, now we can see that it was sent 9:36, 9:38, and then 9:41. It was viewed by Titan, which is a different user. Same IP because I'm the same one, and it was completed as well at 9:41. Okay, now let's go and see how the tracking log and the actual document is being uploaded here into Salesforce, and you can see that how it looks like afterwards. So after the process is complete, now you can see that now it was just uploaded here to the system, and I'll just open the contract. Need to have a document. Let's download that, and that's it. Okay. Okay, so this is the document we just signed. Okay, so we can see here, this is all the information. And then let me just zoom in so you can see better. Okay, so here you see all the information that was inputted by our customers or internal employees. Okay, so the contact name, Joe Bloggs, CEO, and this is the first signature I used. And then opportunity owner, Titan Demo, he's the CFO, and here is the signature. Okay, so now the document is being locked and cannot be changed anymore. And that's it. And it, of course, was automatically uploaded into Salesforce to track and record that the signature has happened. In addition, I will also want to show you how the tracking log looks like. Okay, so this is the tracking log that was uploaded automatically by Titan. As I said, this one as well can be fully automated and customized as long as you want. You can, of course, brand it with your own company brand, logos and stuff like that, of course. You can see here that this was for the document Titan DocSign. This is a template. It was generated by my user. It's sent to this person, Joe Bloggs, on this date and this time. It was viewed under this IP address at this time, and then it was signed by the user. Okay, and this is just a picture of the signature. Again, it's all up to you how you do that inside the customization that I just showed you a couple of minutes ago. And here's the second person that signed it and his signature. So basically, you can see here a full documentation as a document as well, and also in record. So you can have both ways. If you want to have some kind of follow-up automated processes inside the system once the document was signed, you can do that by saying, okay, just track the status of the process to be completed, and then you can initiate new processes. You can also update it Salesforce field by saying, okay, the status of the opportunity is now completed or signed. So you can do that as well from Titan. And just for a record perspective, you can also have this PDF here on the object to say, okay, when it was signed and by whom, which is very important for some of our clients. This concludes our live demo demonstration. So as you can see, Titan Sign has you covered for all of these things of multi-signee processes that you want to have information. It doesn't have to be specifically signatures, but if you want to send a document or some kind of, a request to fill out information to multiple people inside/outside of your organization according to some kind of approval process or another step-by-step wizard. So this is the way to do that. We really encourage you to test out and see how you can use these kind of features on top of the platform. Of course, that this feature, I didn't mention it before, it's part of our package, and all gold and above licenses can use it without any limitations. So it's part of the platform, no problem. You can start using it today if you want. And that's it for me. Now let's see some questions. Just a second, let me open up. Okay, so we have first question by Tai. Can the auto void configured with dates dynamically? What do you mean? If you want, it's all being dynamically done according to the sending date. So if you send a document on, let's say, I don't know, the 4th of November, then it will count the number of days that you say as reference to the date when you send the document. So it's all being referenced to that. If you mean by saying, okay, I want to do it dynamically I want to change the number of days to be void the document on through customization, this is currently not available, but talk to us afterwards. We'll be happy to give you a solution for that as well. It's limited for first, last, and email. What about role, for example, if it exists in contact? I'm not sure I'm following the question. Talk to us afterwards, maybe, and let me know if I can answer. If I don't need to track the signees at all, I just need my client to read, just a sec, to read the PDF consent, fill in the personal info and sign. Is this the right feature for me or a regular form with PDF mapping? Thanks. Okay, thanks Noah for the question. So it depends. If you want it to be signed by multiple signees, this is the right feature for you. If you do it with forms, the problem is that you will need to create, let's say, a version of your form for each person. Why? Because the regular form doesn't know to do the difference between the first person and the second person. So both the first and the second will be able to fill the field of the second person. So it won't be, you cannot be sure that the first person just filled out the fields for him and the second person just didn't change anything or stuff like that. So if you want to be sure, okay, this section, the first section, for example, is only for the legal department, and the second section is only for the financial department, and the third section is only for the signature of the CEO. This way, you should use the Titan sign option. It will be much easier. Okay, you can also do it with the regular forms, but you will need to work pretty hard for doing that. So I really encourage you to do it with Titan sign. This is the best practice from our perspective. That's it. We don't have any other questions for now. Again, as we said before, feel free to reach us at our support channels via chat or email and ask us about other things you can do with Titan Sign. Titan Sign has both options of the signatures, which we mentioned before, electronic signatures and also digital signatures. This is one of the most hottest things now currently working in the ecosystem. So make sure to check it out and choose the right thing for you and for your business cases. Thank you very much for participating in our webinar today. We would really love to hear about your feedback and things you want to listen on our next webinar that will happen in a couple of weeks. Your feedback is very helpful for us, and we really understand what kind of things are missing and you would like to hear more about. We will be sending a survey in a couple of hours to all of you to hear your feedback and your thoughts, and it will be very nice if you can share it with us and give us your feedback. Thank you very much for your time, and see you again on our next webinar.
Thanks everyone for coming.